Microsoft Windows 3.1 Startup Sound. Windows 3.1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 3.1 Shutdown Sound. Windows 3.1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 3.1 Startup Sound. Windows NT 3.1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 3.1 Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 3.1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows for Workgroups 3.11 Startup Sound. Windows for Workgroups 3.11 is starting up. Microsoft Windows for Workgroups 3.11 Shutdown Sound. Windows for Workgroups 3.11 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 3.2 Startup Sound. Windows 3.2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 3.2 Shutdown Sound. Windows 3.2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 3.51 Startup Sound. Windows NT 3.51 is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 3.51 Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 3.51 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 3.51 Server Startup Sound. Windows NT 3.51 Server is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 3.51 Server Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 3.51 Server is shutting down. Microsoft Chicago Startup Sound. Chicago is starting up. Microsoft Chicago Shutdown Sound. Chicago is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 95 Startup Sound. Windows 95 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 95 Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 95 Plus Startup Sound. Windows 95 Plus is starting up. Microsoft Windows 95 Plus Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 Plus is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 4.0 Startup Sound. Windows NT 4.0 is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 4.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 4.0 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 4.0 Server Startup Sound. Windows NT 4.0 Server is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 4.0 Server Shutdown Sound. Windows NT 4.0 Server is shutting down. Microsoft Memphis Startup Sound. Memphis is starting up. Microsoft Memphis Shutdown Sound. Memphis is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Beta 1 Startup Sound. Windows NT 5.0 Beta 1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Beta 1 shutdown sound. Windows NT 5.0 Beta 1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 98 startup sound. Windows 98 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 98 shutdown sound. Windows 98 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 98 Plus startup sound. Windows 98 Plus is starting up. Microsoft Windows 98 Plus shutdown sound. Windows 98 Plus is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Beta to startup sound. Windows NT 5.0 Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Beta to shutdown sound. Windows NT 5.0 Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Server Beta to startup sound. Windows NT 5.0 Server Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Server Beta to shutdown sound. Windows NT 5.0 Server Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Hero Edition startup sound. Windows NT 5.0 Hero Edition is starting up. Microsoft Windows NT 5.0 Hero Edition shutdown sound. Windows NT 5.0 Hero Edition is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 Beta 3 startup sound. Windows 2000 Beta 3 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 Beta 3 shutdown sound. Windows 2000 Beta 3 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 startup sound. Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 shutdown sound. Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 startup sound. Windows 2000 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 shutdown sound. Windows 2000 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 server startup sound. Windows 2000 server is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 server shutdown sound. Windows 2000 server is shutting down. Microsoft Windows ME startup sound. Windows ME is starting up. Microsoft Windows ME shutdown sound. Windows ME is shutting down. Microsoft Whisper startup sound. Whisper is starting up. Microsoft Whisper shutdown sound. Whisper is shutting down. Microsoft Windows XP startup sound. Windows XP is starting up. Microsoft Windows XP shutdown sound. Windows XP is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2003 startup sound. Windows Server 2003 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2003 shutdown sound. Windows Server 2003 is shutting down.
Microsoft Windows Longhorn startup sound. Windows Longhorn is starting up. Microsoft Windows Longhorn shutdown sound. Windows Longhorn is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Vista startup sound. Windows Vista is starting up. Microsoft Windows Vista shutdown sound. Windows Vista is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2008 startup sound. Windows Server 2008 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2008 shutdown sound. Windows Server 2008 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 7 startup sound. Windows 7 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 7 shutdown sound. Windows 7 is shutting down.
Microsoft Windows 8 startup sound. Windows 8 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 8 shutdown sound. Windows 8 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 startup sound. Windows 10 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 shutdown sound. Windows 10 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 11 startup sound. Windows 11 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 11 shutdown sound. Windows 11 is shutting down.